I have the Chippendales Rescue Rangers theme song in my head, and I don't think that is the appropriate theme song for this collection that is also called Ranger. Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be talking about playing with the new collection from Fantasy Cosmetica called Ranger. So we have a palette that goes with it. We have 4 nail polishes, and I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, that this is the first time Fantasy Cosmetica has done nail polishes, and there is also a perfume with it. They were kind enough to send me both the palette and the nail polishes. They ask you always, which I love, that they ask influencers which products they want to receive. And I did turn down receiving the perfume. I've mentioned this in the past, but I have asthma and it's very sensitive to fragrances a lot of the times. So I've started passing on the perfumes just in case so that they can hopefully go to somebody who will definitely love and appreciate them. But let's go over all of the details for this before we get into the look and the swatches and all of that. So this collection does come out on April 30th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The palette will retail for $38.99. The polishes will retail for either $10.99 or $11.99, or you can get all 4 for a bundle at $42.99. And the nail polishes are only available for shipping within the United States. Now, I do want to say that Fantasy Cosmetica is an indie brand, and I am trying very hard to support indie brands right now. The tariffs are really, really hard on indie brands, so if you have the privilege to select which brands you want to try, please try to support indie right now because they are the ones who need it the most. And Fantasy Cosmetica has not yet, as of yet, raised their prices. This is the same cost that their original palette was. So please try to support indie brands. But also I forgot to say that you can use my code GLITTERFALLOUT to save on any of these items. That is an affiliate code. So if you do choose to use that, I do get a little bit of a kickback, and it is a nice way of supporting my channel. So thank you so much if you choose to use my code over other people's codes. It does mean a lot to me. But let's go ahead and start by looking at the palette. So the cover art is very similar to other Fantasy Cosmetica palettes. It almost has a stained glass kind of vibe with Celtic knotwork around the sides. And then we have the Ranger in the center. And what I also like about their packaging is that I feel like the colors on the outside always sort of reflect the entire color story on the inside, not just 1 or 2 colors, but the entire thing. So when you open it, wait, before I even open it, let me just say this. When I got the email from Fantasy Cosmetica asking if we'd like to try this, I saw the picture of the palette and I was like, that looks really nice. That's a nice looking palette. But when I got it and I opened it up in person, I went, oh damn, like I actually oh damned out loud, which I feel like tells you something. Because this color story is so much better than I could have imagined. I feel like when I first saw this, it looked like, oh, warm tones with like a pop of green. No, this goes together so well. So I will show you the swatches right now, but you can see that, yes, there are those warm tones. There are some warm browns, those kind of orangey, woodsy browns, but it's balanced out by these really earthy greens, these deep, beautiful greens, a minty green, a gold, a teal, and it all somehow goes together and looks so rich, right? Like I feel like all these colors together just look so rich and delicious together, which is really nice to see because I feel like a lot of times palettes can seem one note, right? And maybe they're on the same tone level or whatever it is. This goes all over the place in the best way possible. As I always say, I prefer a palette with shades that go from light to medium to deep, and this I feel like does a decent job at that. So we will talk about the actual quality when I applied it to my eyes once I show you the look and how I got it. But let's talk about these nail polishes. Now, like I said, I don't think that Fantasy Cosmetica has ever come out with nail polishes. Something I really like about the brand is that when they do come out with a new product, you can tell they put a lot of thought and research and energy into that product because it's not just like this throwaway thing. Like, for example, their Lost Library lipsticks, they are some of my favorite lipsticks I've ever used. They were moisturizing, they were pigmented and beautiful. When they came out with just single multi-chromes, they were stunning. Their brushes, amazing. These polishes, no exception whatsoever. But let's go over each one. So the first one I want to start with is Thorn. And Thorn is described as a deep green to gold to purple multi-chrome with golden shimmers. It is just so lovely looking. I obviously love the color green. It is my favorite color next to black. We've got the both colors, best of both worlds. But I just love this color. This is the kind of color I would instantly go for. Now, like I said, the polishes have 2 different price ranges. So this is one that is $10.99. The next one is Claw. This is also $10.99, and Claw is described as a warm and toasty brown shimmer. I don't know if I would call this brown or orange or somewhere in between. And I feel like this one almost looked more metallic. Like this literally looked like metal. It was so freaking cool. I'm going to show you swatches in just a minute. The next shade, and these next two are $11.99 each, is Fang. This is a pink to gold duochrome with purple and holographic shimmers. This one is so intense. Depending on how you turn, even just the bottle in the light, it is pink, it is orange, it's got vibrant purple shifts in here. It's really beautiful, very special. And finally, this color is so pretty. This is called Talon. This is a rose gold shimmer with green to pink duochrome flecks and an intense holographic sparkle. Absolutely beautiful. Let me show you these on the nails, and it is in the order that I just read them. These were beautiful. I will say I did 3 coats of each, but that's usually what I do with any shimmery polishes to get that shimmer effect to really be bold and just gorgeous. I did not use a base coat or a top coat for these, just so you could see the true colors as they are. They all performed absolutely beautiful. I will say that some of the colors really kind of needed that 3rd coat, like for example, Thorn, that beautiful green sparkle, whereas other colors like Claw, which is that kind of metallic orange brown, only needed maybe, I mean, you could probably get away with 1 coat, but 2 coats to be safe is perfect. But yeah, I was impressed with the quality of these because I've used some crappy quality nail polishes before. These are all beautiful. And right before we get into the look, I do just want to tell you that the perfume that comes with the Ranger collection, the top notes are tomato leaves, cypress, lemon, and rosemary. The heart notes are fern, mint leaves, jasmine, and basil. And the base notes are cedar, fig, and tiger grass. To be honest, this sounds like something I would really, really love. But again, because my breathing is so sensitive, I always want to be careful with perfumes, and I like to be able to test it before committing to a full bottle. And I wanted to make sure it didn't go to waste. But let's go ahead and jump now into this look. I did this tutorial. I'll show you how it's done, and I will also talk to you about how the shadows behave together, the quality of the shadows, everything like that. So let's jump into it. Hello, hello. Let's jump right into this look. I am so excited. So when I looked at this palette, I have to admit, like, I was looking at this going, do I go what my eye is instantly drawn to, or do I push myself outside my comfort zone? And you know what? Today, I want to go with what my eye is drawn to. So I am going to be sticking mostly to these stunning, stunning deep greens, but I also want to use a touch of ambush because that is such an interesting color to me. It is gold with like hints of pink and green in there, maybe even some of marksman, but I'm probably going to stay away from these 3 warm colors here, even though that's not outside of my comfort zone. I love a warm toned eye, but this color Wilderness is so calling my name that I have to use it. So what I want to do first, I think I'm going to go like medium in the crease, and then I'm going to go light up top, and then we'll go in with the deeper colors. Sometimes I go backwards, but I do want to start with Hunter. Hunter is a beautiful hunter green, and I'm going to take that on a fluffy brush. I've already primed my eyes with the Kaleidos primer. It feels so weird to not be wearing my rings right now, but the thing is, I am going on a trip in like less than 48 hours, so my rings are packed, or they're at least in the staging room. Do you guys do the same thing? I'm going to go ahead and apply Hunter in the crease, but I'll talk while I'm doing it. When you pack for a vacation, what kind of person are you? Are you the type of person who packs the day before you leave? Do you pack the day you leave? Do you pack a week ahead of time? Like I am somebody who usually tries to pack a few days before I leave, or at least if not pack, then have everything staged. So that's what I have right now in our guest room. I just keep putting things in that room that I know I want to take with me on my trip. So I just keep building it up slowly, but at the same time, like a lot of my stuff is already in there. So this color, let's talk about this real quick, is beautiful. Beautiful. I wasn't planning on it, but I think I'm going to take this like out a little more than I usually do. That went on so nicely and easily. I think you could probably even build it up a little bit more. I'm trying to be a little gentle since this is a matte, so I don't want it to necessarily get everywhere. But this color is so, so pretty. Oh my gosh. Like if you just wore this one all over the lid, look at that. And I am going to be blending it out, but I just wanted to see exactly how deep we could get that color. And it's so rich, right? Rich is the color I want to say, or the term. That is beautiful. I'm going to do the same thing over here where I'm going to kind of pack it on and then swipe. because I just, oh my God, I love this color so much. Like emerald green, Kelly green is actually kind of my favorite color. I love Kelly green and I love black, but like hunter green too. Oh my God, this is so, so pretty. This one went a little bit higher than that one. Do I adjust? Maybe a little bit. Now I know it's looking a little crazy, but I want to blend that out using Explore. Explore is like the most pale, beautiful, minty green that is not quite white. So it'll blend it out nicely. I'm putting it on a fluffy brush and tapping away all the excess. This I am fine with going right up to the brow. You know what? I actually want a different brush for this. This is a Royal & Lang nickel brush. Oh, it actually does have a number. It says Pro Eye Fluff 155. Here's the thing though. I love this brush because it's very dense and it almost works as like a nice eraser when you need to blend things. Like look at that blend, beautiful. But this brush is probably like one of the oldest brushes in my entire collection. I totally remember when I bought this. It was iMats, okay? iMats 2011. That was my first iMats, and I remember I spent under $100, but the thing is, at the time, I did not have money, really, so that was a lot of money. I think I spent like $85, and I was just like, whew, you know, I'm gonna be paying for this for a few weeks, but it was fine. Everything's fine, but I love this brush to this day. It is just the most beautiful, dense brush. Also, look how nicely those two colors blended out together. Once in a while, I still freaking love an like up to the eyebrow color. It's flawless. I like it. So I think I want to start in on the outer corner before going over the lid with this shimmer. So the color is Strider. This color is very interesting because at its core, it is like a deep kind of cool toned brown, but there is a hint of green on the back end. So I think with all these greens, we're going to pull green. So I'm using the Singe EO6 brush. I love this brush. It is nice and dense. And I'm going to use this to pack this color on this outer edge. Oh my gosh, this is such a cool color. I don't know if the green is coming through at all. It is such like a hint of green, but like, I mean, it's mostly like a cool tone brown. Beautiful though. I think I'm even going to take that just a little bit into the crease. I don't want this to be too intense, but just a little bit in the deepest parts of the crease. I don't care if it's getting on the eyelid so much. Really, I'm going to want just that darkness there in general. I want the darkness there. I want the darkness there, though, just to kind of peek through. I don't want it to be the full part of the look. And again, I don't care how messy this is on the lid because I'm going to have the sparkle over that. And I have a feeling the sparkle is dark enough that it's going to take over. I am going to put a little bit extra, though, onto the inner and outer, the inner corner as well as the outer corner, just to keep this look super smoky. This looks crazy. It's just so crazy. You're so crazy. Oh my gosh, why am I so hyped today? Taking a bit of NYX glitter glue, and I'm focusing this mainly in the center of the lid, but, you know, kind of patting it all over until it's nice and tacky. And then I'm going into what I'm hoping is the star of the show. This is Wilderness. Oh my God, it's this like blackened green. This color has my heart. It has a little bit of blue sparkle to it, but not like bright, vibrant blue or anything. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yep. This is gorgeous. Oh, my God. I used to say that all the time, like when I was a teenager, and I don't know why. I would go, oh, my God. Oh, my God. This color is giving me life. Oh, my goodness. I love this color so much. This is kind of like dream color status for me. So I'm going to go back into Strider, which is the darkest color. And I'm going to pack that over top of the edge here just to bring out the darkness a little bit more. This is so beautiful. This sparkle, I feel like it also has a hint of gold in it. So it's making my eyes look really blue. It's just like everything's popping. I'm going to go back into this brush that had Hunter on it. Now I'm trying to decide. I'll add a touch more, like a tiny bit. And I'm going to run this under the eyes, just not like blown out, but also not only at the lashes. Like I want this to just kind of connect. Ooh, I like the way that one looks better. Pull down a little bit lower. This eye, I feel good in this. All right, I am taking an angled brush and going back into Strider, that really dark color. I want to press this right along this lash line here. And I'm also going to press this along the upper lash line because I don't know if I actually want eyeliner today, which I know is a big deal for me. I'm usually like not complete until I have an obscene amount of black liquid liner with every single look. But I feel like I might just want this today and like lots of mascara. So then for the inner corner, I'm wondering if I can just use my finger for this. I'm going to take a tiny, tiny bit of ambush. This is so beautiful. It is gold with pink and green multi-chrome shifts. And I'm going to press this on the inner corner. I did lay down a tiny, tiny bit of NYX glitter glue on the inner corner just to get this to stick as well as it can. I like that kind of punch. Like, I didn't want this to be anything crazy. I really, really like that. Oh, that's a pretty color. It's just like, I don't know, it just kind of captures the light nicely. Going back in with a little bit of Explore, which is that minty color, just right here on the outer edge to help like blend this out together. Yeah, I feel like that kind of helps the vibe. And I think that's it for the eyeshadow. So I'm going to hop off camera. I'm going to do my lashes, put something on the lips. Actually, you know what? What would this look like as a highlighter? Hold up. I'm going to take a highlighter brush and a little bit of ambush. I'm not trying to take a lot, tapping off all the excess. Let's see what this would look like. That's beautiful. I will say it is definitely like, it definitely has some glitter to it. So if you hate a glittery highlight, you might also hate this, but oof, that is so, so, so pretty. Okay, gotcha. I'm going to hop off camera, finish up the rest. We will talk about how I'm feeling about the performance of this palette, and I'll be right back. So here is my first look with the brand new Fantasy Cosmetica Ranger palette. I love this eye so, 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 so much. Like, this is, oh my gosh, this is like my dream eye. This is my dream smoky eye. I love the vibrant green in the crease. I love, love, love this sparkle. Like, this is my perfect shimmer. Absolutely. That like, oh no, I got freaking mascara on my eye. But this kind of blackened, deep, like green sparkle is like, oh my God, it's chef's kiss perfection. I love it. And I'm glad I did this because the thing is, I know I'm going to use warm tones. I know I'm going to use these. So I really wanted to like test out the full thing. And I know you can mix all of these, but like, I love this vibe so much. I am so glad I went with this look today because I just feel really, really, really good in it. It feels like very much like me. It's just so good. So with the quality, this is Fantasy Cosmetica quality, and it behaved similarly to their other palettes if you've ever used them. The mattes blended beautifully together. They all played very well together. There were none that clashed. Sometimes you can have mattes in a palette where the formulas are ever so slightly different and they get patchy when they're applied on each other. Not even for a second with this. It just went on beautifully. It made me look like I can sort of do makeup, which I kind of can't. Guys, I mean, I'm sorry, I've been fooling you all this time that I am not a genius. Seriously though, I consider myself to be somebody who really enjoys makeup, but I am definitely not a makeup artist, and this makes your job easier, okay? Which is always a plus for me. Everything blended beautifully. The sparkles, I didn't have to keep packing them on. I even went in only once and packed it on, and that was it. It was beautiful. I love it, I love it, I love it. This is so cool. And with the nail polishes, I really enjoyed this addition to the collection. I feel like each time Fantasy Cosmetica comes out with something that is not an eyeshadow palette, you can tell they've put a lot of thought into it, which I really, really like. I don't know if I'm saying this in the intro too, but you can tell they put a lot of thought into it, and that means something to me because I would rather have that than brands just shuffling out products 24/7. But these are all really pretty, and oh my God, this color with this eye, I would be unstoppable. So again, this collection does launch on April 30th at noon Eastern Standard Time. Everything's going to be linked down below, but you can use my code GLITTERFALLOUT to save yourself some money. Again, that is an affiliate code if you do choose to use it. Thank you so much because you are helping to support my channel, and it means so, so much to me. But thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'm going to put another Fantasy Cosmetica review here on the screen because I really love this brand, and I think you will too. So go ahead and click on that and keep your fun going. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all Glitter Fallout. And as always and forever, you guys are super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.